This is the American Gastronomy class, and the idea behind this is we're visiting the original way of how people used to cook. We didn't have tongs or utensils or olive oil or canola oil, so the challenge is we give the students duck, which has a high fat content, salmon, which has a high fat content. They utilize the Three Sisters, which are beans, corn, and squash, traditional for Native Americans, and we give them a fire pit, and they have to come up with how they're going to cook the proteins and the vegetables, but in a creative manner so that it's, edible for themselves and their classmates.
These are duck kabobs with squash, zucchini, red pepper, and onion.
Yeah, it's different, but it's also, we know the method, so converting them just without all the electricity is...
It just gets you to think on your toes a lot more.
Yeah.
It, on the fat side, it has a really thick layer of fat, so you can leave it on the fat side so that it can cook throughout. And we keep on turning it every so often so it doesn't burn. I'm surprised on how well it's working, yes.
They're going to use basic fundamental cooking techniques. There's going to be steaming, there's going to be, somewhat sauteing in fat, but they utilize rock. They have granite rocks that they've heated in their fire, so they know that if they put their duck fat side down, it's going to render the fat, so now that they have something that they can cook with, and then they can cook their other vegetables on there, they can cook their duck on there. If they roast their meats over the fire, and then the drippings will go on other things that are underneath the meats. If you look around and you'll see everybody's got a different concept. Not all students decided to use their large fire.
So right now we are reheating our rocks, cooled down a little bit with the salmon. We're going to start on our duck and our maple soaked green beans. That's going to be pretty interesting. We're probably going to move the rocks out of the fire pit. It's a little problematic. Our tools aren't that great baking the rocks, so hopefully it works out for us.
So we pretty much created a steam chamber. So you start with hot coals, you put wet corn husks on it, you put your product wrapped in cabbage, more wet leaves, and then dirt over it. It creates the steam with the coals. So in this cabbage, you can kind of see it. There's salmon cooking.
What are you eating?
The salmon.
Give me
Look
some.
at that salmon.
Salmon.
Try a piece without the dirt.
Why do you need butter?
This was like a New England clam bake type of technique, and we did a stuffed cabbage with duck and corn, beans, onions.
Every day, I wouldn't like it, but it is fun for the first time. It's a lot of fun. I like this challenge.
They figured out that if they dug a smaller hole and put coals in there, they could control the heat. This whole class is about problem solving. How can they figure out how to cook the food that they've been given? Restaurant industry, if the power goes out, your diners don't get up and go home. You still got to figure out how to produce your dinner and please your customers. So this is just one way to take the students out of their comfort zone, which is the kitchen, and problem solving.